Let's meditate. If we see meditation is about connecting to our root, our heart, and find a peace, that's one. Like going back to your home, not using brain much or zero, and like a little baby, comfortable, covered by affection or the laws of nature that brought us, which is functioning as we breathe in, breathe out, and heart to pump, blood circulate, nutrition spread out, and waste captured and somehow go to liver or kidney, filter it, process it, as much as exhausting the air, those waste product would go out. That to me is magic. While that's going on, without mind notice, usually, that keeps us alive. If there's wisdom, that's a total wisdom. And how can we explain? It's the laws of universe. Unthinkable is happening. So when I sense that, I feel appreciative for me to have this experience. That's my mind, it's talking. But if I don't talk, I still feel the sensation. Especially when my mind is much calmer, quieter, no mind, no self, no ego. When I think about meditation and this state and the relationship, how easy or difficult to get to this core state, it's interesting to compare meditation to, let's say, someone walking around. I know some people walk 2 miles or more every day. I don't. And I may go diving or swimming. People do exercise, cutting tree branches, picking up tomatoes, cleaning up garden, sweeping. If you extend the thought of Samadhi, calm mind and quiet, calm and quiet mind, you may relate to those activities. Similar in the sense of no mind, no self. Okay, you may say, when you're walking for 2 miles, or 1 mile, or half a mile, you may think this, that, and keep your mind busy. That's possible. But let's say if you do 100 miles, you may wonder why you do 100 miles, but eventually you may run out of thinking. So you may just go one step at a time, like in the marathon. What you do, or a bicycle, what you do is just to go to that corner and then go to the next corner, this way, that way. Very simple way of thinking. Almost animals do the same when they walk. So that Samadhi state may pop up. Maybe you don't call it Samadhi state, but you may see that mind is free. Why I thought about it, and I found it so interesting, because that's the natural way, including us to go to sleep or want to go to sleep and rest. No mind, quiet. Unless you dream something and stir up your mind, you'll be quiet. Except you're not awake. But still, the reason of sleep, and I think about people take 2 days off in a week, is to clear up, tidy up, relax. And that has a similar orientation like meditation. So I don't necessarily divide up this time for this time for that. That's what the mind does. But meditation can be worked on throughout the day. That's why I say multiple times as a way to get close to that. But because habit being habit of using mind, that may pop up and we may get consumed. Like this morning I worked on AI, some of the, what I call a stupid thing, making mistakes, AI making mistakes. Like parents talking to kids, you forgot this, and why do you do this? Why don't you do it this way? I asked you, why do you repeat? Why do you want me to repeat? And I have to. So I posted the experience with the Gemini on the YouTube about it just recently. You can check searching for AI somehow. And also Gemini, not the Gemini, GPT. I have things going on for a long time. And I captured one essence about the long-term memory they lose. Like a kid's forgetting something being told. And then they remember, but they forget again. So there's a way, like we do, to settle certain things in memory so that they can retrieve. And in our case, it's automatic, but still there are some differences among the people. So memorizing is one, and then also accepting, discovering from, let's say, long-term past memory is another one. And on top of it, synthesizing memories from the past would be the way I like to call new invention, idea, wisdom, compassion may come. Just feel it. A story of Chinese saying that on the horse when they are traveling, in the bathroom when you're, peeing or pooing, and at your bed when you're sleeping, those are the places you tend to have ideas to pop up. So in essence, that's Samadhi, as far as I can see the analogy. As much as I mentioned about walking for 2 miles or 1 mile, or perhaps singing and playing guitar, or just listening. I was listening, how do you call that song? Reggae, I forgot the name of the person, and a few others. And I could tell people are into it, resonating, singing, dancing. Mind is functioning in a totally different dimension, many of them, I would imagine, and they feel release or relief from the constrained mind state to open, calm, quiet, maybe a little bit more different than just a confused state anyway. So, like I said, taking time off, 2-day weekend, traveling, resting, and refreshing and moving body, exercising, and focus on that muscle, this here and that, is a moving meditation. And when you're good at any of those, like singing or dancing or exercising or diving or walking or marathon, it becomes more natural, and you have something fundamental that is captured in you that may be difficult to go away, because this is, I want to call it good habitual pattern, aligned to what you like, and be happy. So back to the AI discussion case that I spent time in the last few days or more this morning. I can ask lots of questions and nail it to get to some meaningful result, but it was quite a pain, probably similar to having a kid, and this kid is how do you call it, unruly, wild, and you cannot communicate. And that's how I felt about some of the simple things that the AI should be doing cannot be done. People talk about super intelligence, but this is just primitive intelligence, if there is. Even Google Gemini said, count these characters to be about 500 and summarize this thought. And he said, he didn't just do it. He came back with 300 words. And when I asked, do it up to 500, Gemini argued. So I checked on GPT. GPT came back with the 496 word. So in this case, GPT is much more obedient, if it's the analogy of child, as an extension of your brain instead of the hurdle for your brain to overcome and for the kids to grow up at the early stage. What's the point of all of this? I think we have a way to have analogy, way to learn, capture, and store it in certain way, especially when we repeat, and especially when we are good at it, or especially when you get used to it. I talked about experience curve and forgetting curve. You can check and search. That's an interesting phenomena that we can learn if you continuously, practice. Exponentially, we get better and better and better. Same as forgetting curve. If you don't remember, exponentially, it gets less and less and less. So you may call it kind of like a biological process of the neurons reconfiguring. But you might want to capture those analogy to apply in the way we can live better with accessing to the potential. I mentioned the Zen Kiken, fully utilizing our talent. So it's the option, especially in today's information overload kind of society. What's important is not to carry extra weight. AI is supposed to help, but instead of getting help, I consumed more energy in the last few days. So what did I do? I summarized and posted on YouTube yesterday and today again, and also shared the examples with Gemini and GPT on Google document. So I'm getting more serious about this. Number one, because I don't want to be in pain. I know it's no pain, no gain. But if I keep doing the same thing to have the same pain, I must be really stupid. And if AI is really stupid, make the same mistake, I better learn. Throw it away, talk, and share ideas. And I said, anyway, just one more point on this. LinkedIn posting, instead of just typical YouTube posting, may trigger someone, hopefully from Google or GPT. I even wrote the letter to Jeff Hinton, Nobel Prize winner, father of AI. I didn't send it because I'm just one of those millions of people who may want to talk or communicate. Just like a tree growing, I'm searching a way to explore, see what can happen. So this video, even this video, can trigger some interesting opportunity to compare notes, share pain and gain, and learn with each other, collecting the wisdom. So, it's been a long talk, I guess, but meditation would do that. Organization can practice, many companies and other ideas to do the same. AI can do the same. So we can operate, in my view, with certain principle which I want to share may benefit us all. One thing happened to me that seemed to be working before I go is that my iPhone, finally I figured out to get rid of some of the photos. That simple stuff took so much time to process with Gemini. It may free up some of my time, and hopefully more would continue. Anyway, I thought what we do in this session of meditation, let's meditate, I think it's good to have those ideas. That you can find a way to implement, to develop the idea Joriki, steady power of life energy pouring, going over the hurdles, to have a happy life and helping the society at the same time. Thank you for joining. If you have any comment, please let me know.